Well, I've had my holiday and I'm back, and a very good day. Thanks for bearing with me. It's about 3 or 4 weeks since I've made a video, and I got a ton of updates I want to cover with you. So I'm going to need your help in a couple of minutes, but what I want to do is run through some of the projects I'm about to start. We've already covered the Delta Loop 2 or 3 videos ago. I'm going to run through that again because I need some thinking. Project X, some of you know about, some of you don't know about. I can't tell you what it is, but that's on hold, pending a few other things I'm trying to do. Cubical Quad. Now. Hello. Oh, I'm just recording.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Maybe shut the door into the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm going out to water stuff.
Oh, she's going out. Wendy's going out to water the vegetables. Cubical Quads. I want to cover. I've got to repair my long wire receiver. In fact, it's a good opportunity to convert it into a traditional beverage. I was thinking of doing a phased beverage. All right, just to give me another 3 dB of extra oomph. I don't know anything about phasing beverages. If you know anything about that, let me know in the comments. And a few other odds and ends, which I'll remember it in a minute. I've got a list on the go. What else? Some rebuilds. Oh yeah, we got a single element speed antenna in the works, which should be quite fun. That should be launched in the next, I don't know, 6 weeks, something like that. Right. Okay. So we'll start then with the Delta Loop. I got some heavy, dense trees, and conceptually, I haven't been putting it off because I've been on holiday and been doing the DX engineering order, but I keep walking out to this plot where I want to put this 40-meter Delta Loop, which will give me 40, 20, 15, and 10, ideally for receive. Okay, that's the whole point. But it should give me a great transmit on 40, during the day, that sort of thing. I'm just not quite sure. Do I put 3 lines over, connect the Delta Loop in a kind of a bunch of wire, and then kind of pull it tight, and then cut them and just go? If you've got any ideas, please let me know in the comments. But that should be done next Tuesday, Wednesday. So in about a week's time, I'll be doing it. I'll film it for you so you can see what I'm doing, and then put the results out. So, and that'll be a 4-to-1 Balun, the coax back to the shack. Cubical Quads. Right now, Cubical Quads were in fashion a while ago, like verticals were, and verticals went out of fashion. What is a cubical quad? So a cubical quad that I'm thinking about is something like this. So this is a 3-element cubical quad with something called a spider. They call it a spider because there's a contraption in the middle, okay, where you've got 8 spreaders. Well, Hexbeam's got 6, if you like. This has got 8 spreaders, and you'll put a full wave loop for 20 and one slightly bigger, between 3 and 5% bigger, behind it. And because it's a cubical quad, it's in a cube, and it's with a spider, the elements for the higher bands can get closer and closer together. You can probably see that on this picture here. And there's a few people, for instance, who's this? VE5SI. I don't know if he's still into it, but that's his cubical quad, and that's home brewed. Now, many years ago, about 15 years ago, I was helping Chris, G0EYO, clear out. He wasn't silent key, he was just an old boy. He was getting rid of all his stuff. And we moved towers around, and it was like an afternoon's work. But the expression, the more you put in, the more you can get out. It's a kind of as a consequence of an accident. Okay. So there I am, not getting paid for it, and I'm just helping out. And on the shelf was this very strange looking cast aluminium contraption. In fact, there was 2 of them connected together with a bar. It turns out it was a cast aluminium cubical quad spider. And the fella used to own a casting factory. He was quite wealthy. And he had his lads make it up, And I just said, wow, I'd love to make a cubical quad. And he just got it off. And he went, "They are, son." I mean, I was a bit younger then. Go and make yourself one. Now, I've still got this thing. I felt I feel I have a contract with this man. He'll be gone now, right? He'll be over 100. He'll be gone now. But I felt I had a contract with him I've never fulfilled. Do you know what I mean? So I want to build one anyway. And then it got me thinking. Because what are the benefits to a cubical quad? Frankly, not a lot. In fact, there's more cons than pros. All right. Let's compare it to a Hexbeam. It's a whisker better than a Hexbeam at the same height. There we are. On transmit. But I've got a funny feeling, right, that the reason why there's still a following for the Cubical Quad Brigade is that reception is superb because it's a loop, right, with a reflector. So it's all a bit of a hassle, right? You need, ideally, you need a separate feeder for every band. That'd be at least 5, for 10, all the way through to down to 20. And there's maybe you want 6 as well. You could easily do that. In fact, you could extend the boom and make a 4-element quad for 6, or maybe a 10-element for 2. But you'd need one of those 6-way array solutions, rat pack sort of thing at the tower end, all right, with your feed lines going to each element. All right, people have strapped them together, but I've done all the research. Don't strap them together. You end up with a much better, cleaner pattern, better receive, better front to back, better side lobes and all that. With a switch, 20, 15, 10, that sort of thing. So that's what I'm building. Now, we need a 40-foot tower. And I did a video, and that will be somewhere. I'll go and find it and show you how I did. I've made a 60-foot tower out of scaffolding in the past. 40-foot, to me, is a breeze. So I'll put a 40-foot tower up. But this, I still haven't got an answer back from the blooming landlord asking, can I have a replica field next to mine? I want another one, you see, for this project. So we'll put up a 40-foot tower that we can hinge like this, put the 2-element quad on the top and have a blast. Now, what I was thinking, if it works, and I'm really happy with it, because we'll use that Kevlar cord wire, nice and strong, because that's their weak point. There's a lot of quads come down because they're not made strong enough. I could take it all apart, take it up to what they call the Black Country, which is about 15 miles up the road from here. All the factories are. There's all factories everywhere up in the Black Country. Find a casting company and get it all cleaned up and say, can we use this as a blank? And can I have, 50 sets or whatever? Because if you've got a tilt-over tower, 30 to 40 feet, this could be a great alternative to maybe a Hexbeam or a 2-element, even a 3-element Yagi. The jury's out. I think it's just a whisker better. A whisker, probably immeasurable, over a 2-element, something like a step IR. Right? But we'll see, okay, because we've got to prove it. If you've got any experience of quads, leave them in the comments below. I just want to read it, okay? There's various things you need to do, like, what do you need to do? I've forgotten now. Oh, yes. From the switch box to the element itself. And that needs to be 75 ohms, quarter wave, velocity factor, and all that stuff. So there's a bit of jiggery pokery to do. But it's different. It's very Callum style, right? It's very pure. I just like it. Okay, and I've got a picture of one on the screen here from this guy here. Now, I tell you where I'm stuck. And how do the Hexbeam boys do this? Is that DX Engineering do this? And I'll get in touch with Melanie at DX Engineering and say, do you have this made? Because this is a stainless steel band hose clamp, what a lot of people in the UK call a Jubilee clip. I don't know why, but there we are. It's a hose clamp. And then they've got this flat stud. I think that's stainless welded off the back of it, because it's exactly what I need. The Hexbeam boys need this as well. It might be that I've got to buy a ton of stainless bands and then get someone in the Black Country to weld me with a, I was going to say with a bit of heat. Well, of course. Hello. Some sort of heat thing, 1,000 at a time. You know, well, I could sell these as well because people go, I want these. Okay, so this is, who's this? K4KIO. He did it this way. So that is a hose clamp with a little P-clip. That looks quite good, doesn't it? Colin found me that. Then there's this one, but it's blooming expensive, look. It's getting on for $10 for this is just welded on a band. So this is the DX Engineering one. Sorry, there's probably been an edit there. I've been trying to find it. That's this thing, okay? And this is their listing. It says $18.99. Is that for 10 or something? It can't be each. But that's exactly what I want, right? Open a new image. So I'll speak to DX Engineering and see if either I can buy theirs or maybe, maybe we'll get them made up in the Black Country, because that would be quite good fun. So that's where I'm stuck on that project, because I want to make it as if I'm making it like a production version. So then if I do sell it, I've done all the hard graft, you know. So there we are. I've got to rebuild my 12.4, which I've budgeted for about 3 weeks away. I was going to rebuild an 18, but we're out of stock. DX Engineering have got stock, but we're out of stock. I don't want to start flogging the hell out of the 18s when we're really low on stock. So I'll do that. We've got this speed thing with the single element, the coil, and that'll do 40 and 20. That's quite good fun. And I'm doing it so it's really, really low cost, but still high quality. Feel free to put a link in the comment. It won't show up until I go along and agree the link. All right. But if you've got a link to something like this thing here, shout and let me know about it. Right, now, the last video I did called Update. I just happened to mention that I was aware that a few people were suffering a little bit with, well, I said, the words I used were mental health, and then I went, it's more than mental health. It's the stress and strains of modern living and being the breadwinner and having responsibilities and all that. Because it's tough, you know. Now, a few years ago, Wendy and I had a really complex, difficult time. Not our relationship, but just what the world was going through. We knew there was kind of an end date in about 2 years' time. And that took a hell of a lot of effort to get through that 2 years. All right. It just so happened I was lucky I had someone next to me, Wendy, to hold my hand, and I could hold her hand. But it was still very, very tough. Now, I'm aware that some people don't have somebody there for you, right? But I like to think on this channel we're all there for everybody, okay? So Rowley said to me the other day, because we've got a creators WhatsApp group, just for the UK lads, but poor Rowley's in New Zealand, so we've adopted him and Hayden, right, and the UK lads. Oh, and Simon from Canada, he's joined in. It's basically the anti-Americans. No, I'm pulling your leg. Just Americans, they've got big groups, big discords and everything else where those creators talk. And I talk there as well. I just wanted a little bit more, But Rowley said that the UK guys were very, very supportive, particularly when Rowley's son passed away, right, Neil, a couple of years ago now. He just felt that the UK guys were very supportive. And I feel that the channel I've grown on the YouTube and our Facebook group, and in heavens alive, we must have more than a dozen members right on the DX Commander Facebook group. And maybe more than a dozen on our Discord as well. But where the hell was I going with this? Right. I'm lucky I got someone to hold my hand, effectively. You might not have. I just want you to feel that you can always drop into one of my videos or the Facebook group or whatever else, post something bizarre, I don't care, and I'm just having a hard day. And I think if I see it, I'll just give you a prop up, all right? But I took my drone on holiday, you see. Where the hell am I going with this? Right, I'll tell you. I took my drone on holiday. Did no filming other than I just flew the drone and hit record a few times. It was very pleasant. And then I came home and I just sort of played the footage, and I thought, I might be able to put a film together, a little video, for the family, And I went on to Epidemic Sound and I found a track which I'd used about 3 years ago on another video. But it reminded me of the tough times that Wendy and I had gone through, anybody's going through, right? It's called Weather Any Storm, right? Weather the storm, And I just thought I'd share it with you, all right? Because it's very sweet. The words are very lovely, and you might find a parallel in your life that this will fit into. It just so happened the final day of filming was D-Day. Okay, so there's a bit of military thing going on. At night they lit stuff up, red, white, and blue, and all that stuff. And it was just very nice. All right, well, I'll play that now. Okay, and then I think I'll just bail out. All right, so I've talked enough tonight. Enjoy a little film. All right, it's very pleasant. All right, and I'll put a link if you want to hear that song again, because you can log in for free with Epidemic Sound and you can play these songs. You just can't use them in unless you have an account. There we are. All right, you can play them to your heart's content in your own home, your iPad, or whatever. With that, here is my 7 days in Bude in North Cornwall with Wendy and the dogs. May the force be with you. Enjoy your radio, and I'll be back live again on Fridays very soon. All right, bye for now.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. We don't need no can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.